they should go to the army headquarters and parade themselves in front of them and say, we are very, very sorry that we did this.
Yep.
And take the abuse that they'll give them.
Yep. Or they could go to every RSL and stand in front of the members and apologise. The females that spray painted hate speech all over the 2 RSLs on Anzac Eve faced court today. They should be ashamed of themselves, of their actions and of their own behaviour. Instead, they acted righteous and victimised.
3, 2, 1.
This story, mate, when I first heard it, made me as annoyed and angry as any I've heard in a long time.
Yeah,
So
what can you say? It's like
it's a disgrace.
It's the
mate.
worst thing.
It is. The worst thing they could do, these girls.
And I before we found out who it was, I just thought it was like a couple of dickheads that were just being like,
yeah,
basically, and just terrorising the RSL and doing all sorts of shit. And I thought, when I heard it was just 2 young girls, I was like, what? From a nice home.
2 educated.
Yeah, from a nice home that I've been,
doesn't make any sense.
No.
Exactly right. For those that don't know, these 2 young ladies spray painted some horrendous things, which we'll talk about in a second, on 2 RSLs, not too far from where they live. So 2 females graffitied the Heidelberg and Reservoir RSLs with messages including kill the troops, F Anzac, death to the ADF, that's the Australian Defence Force, Gallipoli, do it again, and death to Australia.
But it's not hate speech then?
It's not, but we'll get to that in a second. Today, 22-year-old Edith Pope and 20-year-old Charlie Ann Tidmarsh, both from Victoria, faced court, but were too gutless to show their faces, too weak to talk to the press about what made them do what they did and why, and too cowardly to publicly face with conviction the actions they took. Cowards, mate.
Yep, completely.
Absolute cowards. Now, we'd be fairly sure that these 2 are students. In fact, there's a lot of chatter that these 2 are affiliated with Students for Palestine. That probably has something to do with one of the females' names appearing as a signatory on an open letter full of misinformation. These obviously weren't the brightest students at Melbourne Uni. With regard to the Melbourne Uni Student Union supporting and standing in solidarity with Palestine. So, being students, let's hope they do actually get some learnings from this, mate.
Well, you got hope, right?
I think one of them signed this letter 3 years ago. So, she hasn't learned too much in the meantime, unfortunately. While in court, they argued their case to have their bail conditions relaxed so that they could associate with one another, as well as so their curfew of 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. could be lifted due to having to attend work during these times. We get the sense that this is quite possibly not going to get to court, that it might be pleaded out prior to getting to court to protect these 2 from more publicity. But why would a judge relax their bail conditions? They shouldn't be associating with each other.
Yep.
And if they've got a curfew because they did these horrendous things,
Tough shit.
stiff shit.
Yeah.
Suck it up until you've been punished.
Yeah, suck it up, princess. My God.
Exactly right.
Mate, if you and I had done this...
Oh, we'd still be in jail,
Yeah.
mate. We wouldn't have even got bail. It's 2 stupid old blokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly right. But wasn't it publicity they craved in the first place when they spray painted the buildings? Wasn't it the public's attention they wanted through their messaging? Wasn't it us they wanted to shout their message to? And now, today, nothing.
No, nothing.
Theirs is a message of hate. How do they think all that are in our armed services that work every day to defend you, me, and these 2 girls,
And our freedoms.
exactly right, feel when they see what they wrote? They must feel gutted, mate. Absolutely gutted. To understand that if Australia hadn't defended itself, we'd probably be speaking...
Any number of languages, mate.
Probably Japanese, mate,
Yeah, probably.
to be honest. Yeah. They understand that democracy, the freedom of speech, the easy way of life they enjoy is in part because of those that did die for this country.
Yep.
I don't think they get it.
No, they don't.
They're blinded by their ideology.
Like most of these people, they wear blinkers, man.
Yeah, exactly right. So I want to hear from Edith Pope and Charlie Ann Tidmarsh about why they think all Australian defence personnel should die. What makes them glad that Gallipoli played out like it did and that they would like to see it all happen again? What makes them disrespect the Anzacs like they do? Do they have family members that fought for this country? What makes them hate what Australia stands for?
Is it, I don't know, are they getting brainwashed in school to believe this shit?
Yes.
It's that, apologise for being white crap.
Yeah, I haven't heard of that. What's that?
Oh, you got basically, we're the problem for everything that's happened in the world.
Right. Gee, I thought that was a new Black Lives Matter sort of thing, mate.
No.
And then we want to hear why this isn't hate speech, right? Because to you and me,
it sounds like hate speech.
It sounds like hate speech. Is that right? This state, according to our government, our local government, has the strictest hate speech and vilification laws in Australia. The legislation makes the incitement of hatred and threats of physical harm against individuals or groups based on their identity punishable by up to 5 years in prison. And maybe it could be 5 years for each RSL. Yep.
So their identity. That's what it says.
What it says. The legislation makes the incitement of hatred and threats of physical harm against individuals or groups based on their identity punishable by up to 5 years in prison.
So that says nothing there about religion or...
But you got to scratch the surface to get to what the law actually reads, mate. So why no mention of hate speech charges? Instead, they've been charged with grossly offensive public conduct, criminal damage, marking offensive graffiti, and possessing a graffiti implement with the intent to mark graffiti.
That's a lot of graffiti.
So here's why it's not hate speech. Because while the law might sound tough, it actually isn't. They can't be charged under current law with hate speech because their graffiti did not target a protected attribute like a race or a religion. Australians do not belong to a race. We are a diverse, multicultural nation where we embrace being Australia as a nationality, not a race. That's what the law states.
Right. Okay. So because they attacked Australians directly,
it's not hate
that's
speech.
All right.
Yeah. It's beyond words, mate. It is. It doesn't make
stuffed
any sense at all. So that sounds like rubbish to me, and it sounds like rubbish to you. It feels like hate speech. It was threatening, and it did incite violence, and it was targeting a group or an organisation or an individual.
Yeah, the ADF.
Yep. It's interesting because if they'd have made that slur against the IDF, it would have been hate speech.
Yep. Anti-Semitic, everything.
Yep. And they would have been charged. So I'm glad these two females are Australian. I think that's really, really good.
Why would you say that?
I want them to be Australian so that we can't be accused of being racist and we can ask for everything to be thrown at these two young girls.
See. Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
I want them to pay the price for what they did, for their ideology. 3 of the charges they're facing do carry jail terms, one of them up to 10 years, but let's be honest, they're not going to jail.
It'll be this.
Yeah. Maybe a bit of a fine that mum and dad will pay. The whole nation will be shocked if they end up in jail, these two girls. So Edith Pope and Charlie Ann Tidmarsh, what will you learn from this? Could we at least get a public apology and perhaps send them off to Gaza for a month or two to donate their time to rebuilding that city and assisting the locals? What do you think?
Yeah, well,
how would they go in Gaza?
I don't think it'd go down well.
I'm not sure they'd be able to talk about a lot of their other beliefs.
No.
I don't think they'd be accepted, mate.
No.
I really don't. Or will it be that once you are able to associate with one another at any time of the day or night, you'll just continue on your ideological path to self-righteousness? Please learn from this, ladies, and put yourself back on course to being the respectable young ladies your parents would have been hoping you would become.
Yeah, not the embarrassment you appear to have come.
The embarrassment you are to yourselves, to your family, maybe not to your friends because they might be a lot like you, to the Melbourne Uni Student Union.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all of those.
All of the above.
Yeah, you are an embarrassment. Anyway, everyone, let us know what's happened to these two girls. We believe they should spend some time contemplating their actions
Yep.
in jail, or just ship them off to Gaza and they can spend a few months there.
Or just ride them around on a horse and have to apologise to everybody they meet.
A horse?
I don't know. Around Melbourne.
An open car?
Well, no, because they can get away quick.
Right.
Just a horse,
Yep.
maybe 3 legs.
Yeah.
Just
A three-legged
clip,
horse.
clop, clip, clip. Yeah.
They can walk.
They just have to apologise to everybody they meet.
They can walk. What they should do.
They should go to the army headquarters
Yeah.
and parade themselves in front of them and say, we are very, very sorry that we did this.
Yep.
And take the abuse that they'll give them.
Yep. Or they could go to every RSL and stand in front of the members and apologise.
Or paint the RSL whatever colour the people of the RSL want.
Yeah. Yep. Or they could do some community service.
They like using paint. So
yeah. They could do some community service and get
that would be great.
graffiti.
Community set, yes.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than 2 young ladies we'd hate having to use a paintbrush.
Or a scrubbing.
And be nice.
Scrubbing.
And be nice about it. And not do nasty slogans.
Oh, dear. Let us know what you think, everybody. These girls deserve to suffer the consequences of their actions, just like I would and you would and all of you would.
Yep.
Let us know what you think.
Thanks, guys.
See ya.
See ya.